Well, hello again everyone, and welcome back. So I saw something today, and honestly, I can't believe it. It's hilarious. Like, seriously, it's hilarious. Do you guys remember a few weeks ago when I made a video talking about The Witcher Netflix's plan for Geralt, and I said this? I think the stupidest thing they could possibly do would be to have like a mini conjunction or something, and a Geralt from a different universe comes in, something like really, because technically, yeah, that there is different spheres, and maybe that could happen, but if it did happen, it would be so dumb. Yeah, so my joke was about them making a Witcher multiverse and pulling a different Geralt from that multiverse, and the writers actually thinking that this could be something that would fit within the Witcher's lore in any way. Well, it turns out that this might actually be happening. So I saw this article, and I read the whole thing, and while it doesn't completely confirm this theory, it does use sources to imply it could actually happen. Now, I'm going to read this whole article and share my thoughts on it, as honestly, as upsetting as it is what they're doing with the Witcher IP, it's really funny. Like, so funny that they think this is something that Witcher fans would want in any way, ever. So, let's read this article. The Witcher Season 4 has teased how it will introduce Liam Hemsworth as Geralt, but it makes no sense and will ruin Henry Cavill's story. The Witcher announced Hemsworth would be replacing Cavill as Geralt of Rivia for Season 4 after supposed creative differences between Cavill and the Witcher makers. The key creative difference being that he likes The Witcher and they hate it. So the decision was a controversial one, as Cavill's Geralt is loved by audiences, and the decision to switch the main character 4 seasons in is never an easy one. Many expected it to just be a clean switch, with nothing said about Geralt's change of appearance, and it is unknown whether the end of Season 3 will allude to how it will happen. Season 3, Volume 1 of The Witcher was released on Netflix and continued Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer's journey as they fled from a variety of people trying to capture Ciri. In hiding, Ciri attempted to strengthen and control her magic with Yennefer's guidance, but struggled. The Witcher, Volume 2 trailer, has shown this magic will develop, and implies Ciri will break the law and use fire magic. Volume 1 and Volume 2 trailer also show how Geralt and Ciri's bond continues to deepen, which makes it even more saddening to audiences that Cavill will not be continuing as Geralt. With Cavill's time as Geralt coming to an end, a Season 4 The Witcher tease has been revealed as to how Hemsworth will replace him, and fans have reacted badly to the tease. Well, there's a surprise. The Witcher Season 4 revelation implies that Hemsworth will not be replacing Cavill's Geralt directly, but will be entering as a different version of Geralt. The tease implied a multiverse aspect to Geralt's story, as the recast would be explained through multiple worlds and POVs via Redanian intelligence. I don't know what that is. Using the popular Marvel tactic of having the same character played by multiple actors using a multiverse would reduce questions in the Witcher's world as to why Geralt suddenly looks so different. Honestly, guys, there isn't that many questions. You just switch the actor and that's it. You don't need. There's more questions if there is multiple Geralts. No one wants a Witcher multiverse in the way that they're portraying it. Yeah, there is different universes, you could argue, different worlds, but there is not different Geralts, different series, different Yennefers all running around, and we can just swap them in and out whenever we have an actor that hates us because, they hate the show. It's not something. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's carry on. However, a multiverse... I can't read it without laughing. However, a multiverse direction means Season 4 will be diverting away from the source material even more. Look, they have not been on the source material since, halfway through Season 1. And even Season 1, I did not like Season 1. I thought all of it was completely diverting, and it was clear what they were doing from the very beginning. They just went... They were like, oh, we diverted from the source material in Season 1. It didn't annoy people that much. Let's just, go extreme with it with 2, reel it back a bit with 3, but, still, we've gone so far that we can't really fix it now, and also here's a new actor playing Geralt, and there's a multiverse, Oh my god. Okay. However, a multiverse direction means season 4 will be diverting away from the source material even more. Andrzej Sapkowski's fantasy novels of the same name have always been clear that there are multiple worlds in the Witcher universe, and this has been seen in the Netflix series when Ciri has broken the monoliths. I love that they reference the book and then they reference the fucking monoliths, which just don't exist in the books. You know, it's like, yeah, in the books there are multiple worlds, and in the show she broke the monoliths. It's like, they're not even in the books. Like, I hate this, like, using the books. Anyway, and given access to new worlds. Oh yeah, she broke the monoliths, guys, and apparently I haven't seen the latest thing, like season at all, but apparently that's what has given her access to the new worlds. The monoliths are gone, so now she can use her powers to access the other worlds, because the monoliths were stopping her. Okay, there has never been a multiverse though, and the titular character has always been the only Geralt to exist. That is true. Geralt is renowned in his world, and even for a Witcher, is one of a kind. So bringing in another Geralt would remove that reputation. It wouldn't just remove the reputation, it just destroys the universe. It's like, certain universes have a multiverse, and sometimes it can be cool if it's done well, and sometimes I think even when it's cool, it can just be a bit like, there's no consequences, right? Geralt dies, oh, there's another multiverse, just grab one. I don't like it. I don't really like the whole multiverse thing. I think it's dumb. I think if you grow, and if you want to argue that, like, oh, well, you grow attached to certain characters and they bring in other characters from the multiverse and you don't care about them as much because, they're the other character, you like the original. Exactly. You don't want another Geralt from a different multiverse. You want the Geralt you've had from the beginning. Even if the actor changes, you want the same character. Honestly, as stupid as it would be to have Geralt, get disfigured and then they remake his face and they have to remake it like Liam Hemsworth. As stupid as that is, I think it's better than the multiverse thing because at least the character is the same. At least it's just so stupid. Okay. I just want to say, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to support it at all. I think it's better than the other option, but it's still awful and terrible, and I'm not going to support it. Anyway, Liam Hemsworth's Geralt will obviously raise questions about the change in appearance both in the Witcher world and for audiences watching it, but that does not mean he should be playing a different Geralt. 3 seasons of The Witcher have focused solely on Geralt and his relationships, whether with Ciri, Yennefer, or people from his past. Well, actually, I wouldn't say they focus solely on Geralt at all. I'd say it's been largely a show about Yennefer. Geralt has been part of it, of course, big part of it. I think that Yennefer is almost as important as a character as Geralt in the show, from what I remember, which is not what the books are. Yennefer is an important character, but the main story is Geralt, Ciri. Mainly Geralt, and also Ciri. Yennefer appears throughout, she has her own little stories here and there, as do other characters, but it is not a show about the 3 of them. It is a show about Geralt, primarily, and then Ciri. You could say half and half, but I think more about Geralt. I don't know what the show is, but it's not that. Anyway, Geralt's journey has included plenty of dark moments which explain his tortured character, but he has also built a strong character arc as he came to care for Ciri and take on the fatherly role. Yeah, that's true, but the show didn't do it correctly. He should have started caring for her after the events in Brokilon during the Sword of Destiny story, which they cut for no reason. And then, there was this whole stuff they did where they met at the end of the forest, and then it's like, oh, you are my destiny. And it's like, yeah, that was in the books, but it doesn't make any sense. Look, I'm not going to get into that again. I could talk for hours and hours and hours about all the stuff I remember being bad in the show. Can't talk so much about the latest season because I haven't seen it and I don't want to see it, but I'm starting to remember more and more, the more I talk about it, how annoying this show actually was for me, even from season 1. Geralt's arc is extremely important, not just for his story, but for Ciri's, as he has a massive influence in her life and affects a lot of her decisions. Hemsworth being introduced as a new Geralt not only means the actor is changing, but Geralt's entire character arc as well. Hemsworth's Geralt will not have the same relationship with Ciri, and he will have lost the depth of character Cavill had built. A different Geralt will render seasons 1 to 3 of The Witcher pointless, if it wasn't already, as both the characters and the audience will lose all connection with Geralt. The most basic way that The Witcher can explain Geralt changing from Cavill to Hemsworth is to simply ignore it. True. Once hair and makeup are done, Hemsworth will look similar to Cavill. Not really, but yeah, he'll have white hair and a scar, I mean, many scars, I suppose. And for the story to continue smoothly, it would be easier for The Witcher and the characters to act like nothing has changed. Although this will anger fans who have loved Cavill's Geralt, it is the most common way to move past a recast, and once Season 4 is underway, it will not need to be referenced. Another way is to capitalise on the magic in The Witcher. I mean, they've switched actors out before, and people haven't really cared. I mean, we've noticed. I mean, this is different because it's a main character, and I think people care because it's Cavill. It's not just like, it's like switching Robert Downey Jr. Maybe that's a bit more extreme, but if you switch Robert Downey Jr. from the first Iron Man to the second, people are like, what? It's almost like that degree because it's such an important character to the show. It's not like when you switched Don Cheadle for, can't remember the other guy's name, but they switched them and it was a bit like, oh, okay, I mean, where's the other guy? But I guess it's the same character. To be honest, when I was younger, didn't even realize it was the same character. Just didn't know where the other guy went, But I think with this change, it's such an extreme one, like changing the main character, other than Yennefer if it's The Witcher Netflix, changing the main character's casting like 3 seasons in. I mean, they have to, I suppose, but it's just disastrous. On top of the show being terrible already, like this is just, it's the icing, to be honest. Season 3, Volume 2 implies plenty of magic will be used in battles in The Witcher, and the fire magic is the most dangerous of them all. Like, what do they mean by fire magic? I remember in the books, you would draw on fire, like you would draw on the power of fire to use magic, but it wasn't like fire magic. It was like you draw on it as a source to access magic and you were able to do more power. But in the show, it was like you draw on fire and you make fire. It's like this weird, like, it's just not how it... I mean, God, do you remember the eel pool? That's like the thing that with magic, I cannot stop laughing about. They turn the students into eels and they power the fucking pool. And then they have the fire magic. Sorry. Okay, where was I? If Geralt is hurt by this magic, it could warrant healing that alters his appearance, as seen in Season 1 of The Witcher. The mages have a lot of experience in altering people's looks and healing them. Another way is that Ciri transports herself, Geralt and Yennefer, to other worlds. The transportation affects Geralt's appearance, or the conditions of the new world changes him. The Witcher needs strong reasoning behind Hemsworth's Geralt, but they cannot introduce a new character completely without ruining the current story. I mean, the article is contradicting itself quite a bit. It does not need strong reasoning. It just needs to change the character to, like, it just changes the actor, not the character. Change the actor to Hemsworth, and then just try and move on from it, and then make whatever sort of bastardized version of The Witcher they want to keep, just like fanficking, just keep doing that, and then, maybe rename the show and then give the IP to someone else and just call it what it is, just call it something else. Call it, why don't you just rename the show to, like, what is it? The original is Blood Origin. How about this just be, like, Blood or something? We have Blood Origin, like the Blood Origin, and then Blood. That's what this show is, It's not The Witcher, it's Blood, and we have Blood Origin. And it's this mess of a show that is awful, and the lore is weird, and it's sort of obviously copied The Witcher at points, but clearly isn't inspired by it, because it's so different. And yeah, that's what I think they need to do. And I'm just thinking, like, if they actually go forward with this plan, if this doesn't prove they have absolutely no idea what they are doing with the Witcher IP, what the themes of the Witcher are, why it's important, why these characters are important, I don't know what else will. I suppose maybe if they ignored the source material completely, they made their own story up, they decided to invent their own, like, origin show, and they made it this, like, terrible TV show where, like, nothing really makes sense and it's all just awful, and they try and, like, make The Witcher as terrible as possible by creating all these new characters that are just terrible. Like, I suppose that would be the only other way we would know that they, like, really don't know what The Witcher is and they don't know how to handle the IP. But I suppose they haven't done that, have they, guys? So, yeah, we'll have to see if that happens. So yeah, well, that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed watching. I think the show is going to be a mess still. I'm going to keep talking about it because it's very therapeutic for me just to review the show in this way and share my thoughts and let people know that this is not The Witcher. If you want to enjoy The Witcher and, experience an amazing fantasy universe, get on those games, get on those books, and enjoy it. Just know how amazing it is, because it is an amazing world. The Witcher 3 as a game, Witcher 1 and 2 of course, but Witcher 3 is an incredible game with incredible characters. It's very fleshed out, it's very good, I love it, and I think that you guys will love it too. So thanks for watching today's video, guys. be another video soon. Let me know what sort of videos you want to see. I'll definitely talk about this show again as it continues down as it continues tumbling down the hill off the train tracks. And thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Be sure to subscribe for more videos. Like today's video to let me know you enjoyed it. Let's try and hit 4,000 subscribers. And thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Thanks for watching, guys.